Hi YouTube, it's Kathy, and this is part 5 in my series of A to Z of Queer Lit. Who knew that when I first did this challenge ages ago, I decided I would just keep making these videos. If you missed parts 1 through 4, they are linked down below in the playlist. Essentially, this challenge is finding a queer book for every letter of the alphabet, and you're trying to make sure that that letter is either in the title or in the author's name. Sometimes X is used as a free space, but I've actually covered it with the appropriate letter this time. Since we are doing a book for every single letter of the alphabet, I am going to try to be very, very brief about this, so I'm not going to tell you overarching plots or anything. I'm just going to tell you the bare minimum and then move on to the next book, because these videos take a very long time to edit. A is for The Summer of Jordi Perez and the Best Burger in Los Angeles by Amy Spalding. This book is about a protagonist who really likes fashion and also has a crush on the girl she's working with. B is for Bloom by Kevin Panetta. This is a graphic novel that takes place in a bakery, and need I say more? C is for the remaking of Corbin Whale by Rowan Parrish. This is about two men who fall in love in a bakery, much like Bloom, only the more adult version of it. D is for Two Night Owl from Dogfish. This is about two girls who are sent to the same summer camp because their dads are going to get married and they want their kids to get along. The Seafarer's Kiss by Julia Ember, which is a Little Mermaid queer retelling, and it is wonderful. F is for A Taste of Honey. This is a fantasy male-male novella, and it is told in a super interesting format. G is for Going Off Script by Jen Wild. This is about Bex, who moves to Los Angeles to work on her favorite TV show and also comes out of the closet as a lesbian. H is for Hot Dog Girl, which is about a girl and her best friend working in a theme park and trying to save it from closing. I is for Ivy Aberdeen's Letter to the World by Ashley Herring Blake. This is about a girl whose house is destroyed by a tornado, and her notebook that had a lot of pictures of her holding hands with other girls in it has gone missing. J is for I Am J by Chris Beam. This is a book about a trans protagonist just coming out. K is for If It Makes You Happy by Claire Kahn. This book has a queer platonic relationship in it, which is the first time I've ever seen it on the page. L is for Every Day by David Levithan. This is about a person who wakes up in a different body every single day and is just trying to live their life and not mess up other people's lives, but then falls in love with someone. M is for The Mighty Heart of Sunny St. James, also by Ashley Herring Blake. This is about a girl who has a heart transplant and has recently lost her best friend and makes up a life list of ways to make her life better, the first one being kissing a boy, but does she really want to? N is for A Lesson in Thorns by Sierra Simone. This is an incredibly sexy, new adult, BDSM, dark mystery plot type of book. Just pretend that the second book doesn't exist. O is for Honor Girl by Maggie Thrash. This is a graphic memoir of her time going to a summer camp and kind of falling for one of her camp counselors. P is for Soar Adam Soar by Rick and Adam Prushaw. This is a memoir in the sense that Rick, who is Adam's father, wrote it after Adam passed away. Even knowing that the subject of this memoir was deceased, I cried a lot when it happened. Q is for Kings, Queens, and In-Betweens. This is about a girl who stumbles onto the local drag scene in her town. R is for The Love and Lies of Roxana Ali by Sabina Khan. This is kind of like Written in the Stars, but queer. Roxana is found out to have a girlfriend, and then her family takes her to Bangladesh to find her a husband for an arranged marriage. S is for Summer of Salt by Katrina Leno. This is a book about twins that have magic powers, at least one of them does, and the other doesn't look like she's going to get it. T is for On a Sunbeam by Tilly Walden. This is a graphic novel that almost exclusively has female characters. There is also one non-binary character, and it's a found family in space. U is for Technically You Started It by Lana Wood Johnson. This book is narrated completely in text messages between these two people that end up liking each other. V is for Heavy Vinyl. This is another graphic novel and it takes place in a record store, but there is a major twist that I am not going to ruin for you because it was fantastic. W is for We Set the Dark on Fire. This was a previous group read for the Queer Lit Readathon and it was absolutely fantastic. It's about this island where the wealthy men are given two wives in a very business type of contract. One of them is meant to be the strategic wife and one of them is meant to be the one that bears the children. But then of course, what happens if the wives like each other? X is for Super Fun Sexy Times by Meredith McLaren. This is a very short graphic novel. It has 5 stories in it that are all incredible incredibly sex positive, and some of them are hella queer. Y is for I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver. Ben comes out to their parents as non-binary and are immediately kicked out of the house and go to live with their estranged sister. And Z, or Zed, whatever your preference on that letter is for Mooncakes by Suzanne Walker. This is an incredibly gorgeous graphic novel about this witch and this werewolf who knew each other when they were kids, and one of them has a crush on the other, and they band together to solve a mystery. And there you have it, 26 more recommendations for queer books. If you've read any of these and have thoughts and feelings, please let me know about it down in the comments below. On the way down to the comments, if you hit that subscribe button, that would be very nice of you. You can like and share this as you see fit, and I will see you very soon. Bye!